4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I am the sports editor of the Richmond Register. We very much appreciate you tuning us in this week. Here in just a minute, we will have Madison Central girls golf coach Tenny Orr, along with players Claire Beth Ramsey and Elizabeth Eberly, and along with also Madison Central boys golf coach Kyle Congleton and Clay Pendergrass back on the show. And the reason we're having them on is that earlier today, Sunday, both those teams turned in tremendous performances at the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association state championship up in Lexington. The Indians, the boys team, shot a 9 under in the second round as a team, and it finished 3 under for the tournament and beat out St. X for the championship by 2 strokes. And the girls team over at Central finished second, just 2 shots behind Marshall County. So this is really the preeminent high school golf tournament in the state, because even though the KHSAA has a state tournament, this tournament is invite only, and it's only for the top 15 teams in the state, regardless of what region they're in. So whereas the KHSAA only allows 1 team from each region, here you can have multiple teams from each region depending on the point standings. And it's entirely based on point standings and how you've done up to this point in the season. So it is a much truer indication of how you stack up against the rest of the state than the KHSAA state tournament really is. So the Indians taking first place, their 8th tournament win of the season. That's incredible. And the obviously Lady Indians taking second, close to just 2 shots behind Marshall County. So obviously could be set up for both those teams to make runs at the KHSAA state tournament next month. So lots of other stuff to talk about before our golf friends join us here. But we'll start off with EKU football, and it was a really fun night at Roy Kidd Stadium Saturday night. It was a home opener under the lights with the new turf and the new lights, lighting set up, and a nice crowd of people. Attendance was announced at 14,000, tons of students there, but whew, man, it was just a crushing loss for the EKU Colonels, 23-21 to Indiana State. It was Curtis Wilderman with a 24-yard touchdown pass to Fazone McClurg on the last play of the game, literally the last play. Clock was at 0, and McClurg caught the ball just inside the goal line, and for Indiana State to pick up a 23-20 win. Colonels fall to 1-2 on the season, and just like last week, special teams mistakes played a huge role in this loss. The loss to Louisville, they had a couple of big mistakes where they had a punt. They gave up a punt return for a touchdown. They dropped the punt, which Louisville recovered and scored on a couple of plays later. And this week it was missed a field goal, and it was they also muffed a punt, which Indiana actually blocked a punt. Indiana State blocked a punt, in which they took back for a touchdown. And the biggest play of the game really turned out to be one of the final special teams play of the game. EKU scored a touchdown. It was Deshaun Hewitt with 49 seconds. Scored on a 4-yard touchdown run to give the Colonels their first lead of the game. And then they lined up for the kick, and the idea was to squib kick the ball. They did not want to kick the ball deep and give Indiana State a chance to get a return, so they squib kicked it, and it bounced off an Indiana State's player's leg. The Sycamores recovered, and they gave them the ball on the EKU 48-yard line with about 45 seconds left. And like I said, last play, it turned out to be the one. So here's Coach EKU coach Walt Wells talking about his team's tough loss to Indiana State on Saturday night.
Teams, you talked about last week about how those 2 big plays hurt you last week, and there were 3 big plays again this week that special teams that really cost you.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we had them up, the drop by Phil, and the pressure was coming, but that's a situation where he understands they're going to block it right there early in the game. You're backed up. they hit you, what do they lose? 15 yards, and you're still probably within the 25-yard line. So they're going to come after you. We got to continue to strain a little better up front, but we had the hats on the hatch. We just got to get rid of the ball a little quicker, and he ended up dropping it, and that cost us 7 points. And then, with the squib, we talked about that, and then the miss hit. We had some pressure on the left side. I'll have to look at the film and see how that is. But yeah, we missed a field goal, and we had those things happen. We could have won the game. But there's more plays than just those three that could have won the game too.
Your offense put together a great drive there to take the lead late.
Yeah, I felt really, pleased with that drive. And it was a 7-minute drive. We converted some third downs there and did some good things offensively. And so it was great to see them finally put something together and get out there and get a score. And that was their second score because we lost Malik in the game a little bit. Nothing major, but he couldn't finish the game. So we lost him early on after his first TD. And we had some young guys in there making some plays. You saw Jaden Higgins making some plays, Jaden Smith. Dak was making some plays, and we had him, moved out to wide out a little bit more this week than normal with Mo being hurt. But, those guys, I was pleased to see that. And the big third down run by Parker kind of set the tone for everything. And then Dijon just took it over on that one run. I mean, guys, we're right there, but, you got to win the game.
All right, there's Coach Wells' thoughts on the game afterwards. And there were some positives to take out of this. Davion Ross returned an interception for a touchdown. That was his first ever career pick six. Like we said, Deshaun Hewitt had a 4-yard touchdown run, and it was Malik Owens, big tight end, with a touchdown catch as well. So here is Davion Ross and Deshaun Hewitt talking about the loss to Indiana State.
Davion, talk about that interception there for a touchdown. How did that feel? What was going through your head during that?
The interception, coach called the play. I just executed the play and made a play, and it felt pretty good. That was my first pick six, so yeah.
And so you picked it off. You pointed toward the end zone. You knew where you were going, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Dijon there on the last drive. You guys only had, I think, 200 yards of offense until that last drive, but everything started to click there, and they got you the ball in that last play. Kind of, what was the play call there?
It was a zone concept. Based on the way the defense was aligned, we pretty much knew that I was going to be one-on-one with the safety. So we liked my chances with it. So he gave me the ball and I executed the play.
He moved you over to the left and then you cut back to the right, right?
All right. Well, Parker McKinney was 23 of 38 for 205 yards with a touchdown, no interceptions. And EKU will be back in action at home again this weekend, coming up against Austin Peay. This will be the second of a 4-game homestand. And that's a really interesting matchup because obviously Austin Peay was a rival in the Ohio Valley Conference before EKU left the Ohio Valley Conference. And it was announced earlier this week that Austin Peay would also be joining the ASUN. So they are a former conference rival and a future conference rival. But for this year, it's just a non-conference game. But Peay's a good team, getting top 25 votes, and it should be another really tough challenge for the Colonels. I mean, it's a daunting schedule ahead with a lot of really good teams on it. So I need to regroup and get back on track pretty quick. High school football on Friday night. We had 3 games, all 3 of them on the road. We'll start off with the Madison Central Indians. They went up to Lafayette and rolled past a winless General team, 49-0, and it wasn't even that close, folks, to be honest with you. 4th straight win for Central. There's a 5th straight win for Central over Lafayette in a rivalry that dates back a long, long time. But Central just completely dominant here, 42-0 at the half. Scored touchdowns on 7 of their first 8 possessions, and it was, it's pretty much easy. It was did have a new quarterback. It was Hagan Harrison took over as quarterback this week, and he was 4 of 7 passing and had a rushing touchdown. Brady Hensley with 3 touchdowns, 150 yards rushing. Adrian Parks 2 rushing touchdowns. And Madison Central will be off this week. Get a chance to regroup. It's got to talk to Coach Holcomb afterwards, and he's like, sometimes you don't want to stop playing. Sometimes you don't like these weeks off, but they will be off this week, and then a really good Pikeville team will come in next week as well. Our other 2 Madison County teams did not fare so well. Berea Community went on the road way down to Pineville and suffered a 49-15 loss. Jaden Cunningham had a touchdown run late in the first quarter. The 2-point conversion gave Berea an 8-7 lead. And then the Mountain Lions scored 42 straight points. They knocked Berea quarterback Jason Coburn out of the game, and it kind of turned into a rout. Jaden Cunningham did have another touchdown run late in the game, but it wasn't enough to get the Pirates back in the game. So Berea falls to 2-3, while Pineville goes to 4-1, and the Pirates will be back at home Friday against Jackson County on homecoming. Madison Southern, once again, was a little bit shorthanded. Of course, 2 weeks ago, only had 23 players when they took on Lafayette, but this week they had a few more than that, but they still suffered a 41-14 loss on the road to their old bitter rival, Pulaski County. It was Rocky Whitehead with a pair of touchdown runs. The Eagles had only 242 yards of offense. Cole Carpenter, 9 of 19 for 85 yards passing, and the Walt Smith 3 rushes for 62 yards. And the Eagles will be back in action. They fall to 1-4 and they'll be back in action at home this weekend against district rival Collins, and that also is homecoming down there as well. So get out. If you're an alumni of those schools, get out and check out homecoming this weekend. And of course, we'll be there and we'll have plenty of pictures and stuff from the homecoming courts and all that good stuff as well. So it's always a fun time. I love the reaction of the people when they get announced homecoming game. It's always so much fun. Moving on to high school volleyball. Madison Central had a very busy week. They had 3 games against 11th region rivals. On Tuesday, they beat LCA 3-0 at home. Then they went over to Woodford County on Wednesday and suffered a 3-0 loss, and then beat Western Hills on the road 3-0 on Thursday. And in the win over LCA, it was probably their best performance of the season. It was Avery Rigney with 10 kills and 6 blocks, and Mary Carol Adams with 12 digs. And we had a chance to talk to Madison Central coach Elizabeth Morrow and Avery Rigney after the match.
All right, we are here at Madison Central High School where the Lady Indians have cruised to a 3-0 win over LCA. It was 25-15, 25-9, 25-21. That's Coach Elizabeth Morrow. That's Avery Rigney. Ladies, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, especially for the first 2 sets, I thought you played really well. Probably the best I've seen you play all year. How do you think it's played in the first 2 sets?
Oh, I thought we did very well. We've got everybody back now, and we've been practicing hard and got a pretty decent rhythm and working on some things. So I was proud of them.
Maybe what's it been like with kind of a rotating lineup here with health and safety protocol issues?
I think it's been different for the team because, it's been hard to adjust, but we've also adjusted really well. And then when players come back, it's also hard to adjust to them being back. But I think we can, fix that, and, we do it good.
Yeah, let's talk about this young lady at the net. She's obviously a force up there.
Yep, we've been working on that a lot with her. Kiana's been working with her quite a bit as far as getting her snap and her swing down, her timing, and to realize that she jumps, she will be a force. And that's what she did tonight, and I felt she did that with Scott County too. We just didn't have our whole team back yet.
Yeah.
So.
And short-handed there. I mean, it was still a tough 5-set loss. Talk about that match. It was that last Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good game. It's just we didn't come out and finish.
Right.
But it was a good game. I think we all did well.
Okay. Well, they pushed back on you a little bit there in the third. Talk about the third set, Coach.
Well, third set, I put in some different players, and I had some players do some things that, that normally don't serve, and a little out of system, out of pocket. But, that if they don't get in, they're not going to know what it's like to be in a pressure varsity match. So, they didn't let them win, so they finished and pushed through. I was proud of them.
Well, congratulations.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Coach Morrow and Avery. And the Indians are 9-6 on the season, and they'll be home Monday against Somerset. The Madison Southern volleyball team picked up a 3-1 win over Lincoln County on Tuesday, and then had their 4-match win streak snap with a loss to Trinity Christian. In that match, it was Kara Combs with 23 assists and Brianna Dawes with 21 digs, and they are 9-3 on the season. They'll be back in action Tuesday at Scott County. In boys soccer news, and I think we say this every week, but there's still one undefeated team left in Madison County, and of course it is the Madison Central Indians. My goodness, they just continue to roll. This week, 2 very easy wins, 5-0 over Clark County, 11-0 over Franklin County, and they're 14-0-1 on the season now. In the win over Franklin County, it was Sam Hughes with 3 goals, Tyler Smith with 2 goals and 2 assists, and Ethan Weiss with 2 goals. And they'll be back in action in the final district matchup of the year for them on Tuesday against Model. The Madison Southern boys soccer team picked up 3 wins last week. They beat 25th ranked Montgomery County 2-1. Then they beat Trinity Christian 8-0, and they picked up a 2-0 win on Saturday over North Laurel. In the win over Trinity Christian, it was Parker Coyle with 3 goals and an assist, and in the win Saturday over North Laurel, it was Rue Limmer with a goal and an assist. The Eagles are 7-5-1, back in action Tuesday at home against Berea Community. The Model Patriots boys soccer team fell to Tates Creek 6-1 on Monday, but then bounced back with a pair of wins. beat Lincoln County 5-0, and then beat LCA 3-2 on Saturday. In the win Saturday over LCA, it was Keshav Bhandari with 3 goals. And so the Patriots are now 4-6-1 on the season, and they'll be back in action, like we just said, Tuesday at home against Madison Central. And the Berea Community boys soccer team picked up 2 wins last week. They beat Whitley County 6-2 and Trinity Christian 2-1. In the win over Trinity Christian, it was John Wallheiser with 2 goals. And the Berea Community is now 4-6-2 on the season. And like we said, they'll be back in action Tuesday at Madison Southern. Girls soccer news, we had a great 44th District matchup on Friday evening here in Richmond. It was a game that was supposed to be played on Wednesday, but weather conditions did not allow that. So it was Madison Central taking on Model over at the EKU complex back behind the softball field where Model plays its home games. And it was the Lady Patriots locking up the number 2 seed in the district tournament with a shootout win over Madison Central. The game was 2-2 through regulation, and then in the shootout, Model converted all 5 of their penalty kicks, and Central only converted 4. It was Lily Holcomb in net picking up the win for Model, and it was Aniston Bray and Rebecca Otieno with goals for Model as well. Model goes to 5-4, and they're back in action Monday at East Jessamine. And Madison Central, after that tough loss to district rival Model, came back on Saturday afternoon and picked up a 5-0 win at home over Mercer County. It was Jessica Stone with 2 goals, and Abby Moore picking up the shutout in net in her first ever varsity start. Central is 8-4-1. They'll be back in action Monday at LCA. Madison Southern snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 2-0 win over Western Hills on Wednesday. It was Ashley Pizzula and Rebecca Christopher with goals. The Lady Eagles are now 9-3 on the season. They'll be back in action Monday at Lafayette. And the Berea Community Lady Pirates suffered a pair of losses last week, 8-0 to Lincoln County and 10-0 to Scott County. They're 3-8-1 on the season. They'll be back in action on Tuesday at Madison Southern. So got some exciting district soccer matchups this week, as you can tell. And we'll have a couple of football games on Friday night. You know, Central's off. So lots of good stuff coming up. So stick with us. As always, our social media sites are the place to be. We'll load you up with all kinds of information. Richmond R Sports on Twitter, Register Sports on Facebook, and richmondregister.com. So we'll be right back in just a moment with Madison Central girls golf coach Tenny Orr, along with Claire Beth Ramsey and Elizabeth Everly.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox, or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.
Right, good morning. I'm here with Ian Hurd, presenting him the IHOP Pancake Block of the Week for his game against South Laurel. Today we're presenting Ian with a gift card to take his family out to IHOP, free pancakes for a year, and this trophy for him to remember in the future. Congratulations on a great game.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It was a great win over South Laurel. We played a great game, and I'd like to thank y'all for everything you do for the school.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm ready to go play Lafayette. It's going to be a good game.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by KYmedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by Madison Central girls golf coach Tenny Orr. That's Claire Beth Ramsey, and over there is Elizabeth Everly, coming off a second place finish Sunday at the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association State Championship. And Tenny, I kind of feel like this is like your event, because you were a big champion of this event. I know this is the 3rd year of it, and you were a big advocate of this, because this actually takes the top 15 teams from the state, regardless of region, and pairs them together in what you and others refer to as the real state championship.
Correct, because we feel like
it should be a representative of how everybody's playing, and the top 15 teams get to play, and some top 20 individuals get to play too. And that's a big thing to bring them together and let them compete against each other.
Yeah, because the state tournament obviously now has changed a couple of years ago, so only one team from each region goes. Yes. And so there have been a couple times where you guys have finished second in your region and may have been the top 5, top 10 team in the state and can't get to go to the state. So
that's right.
This
I mean, when you play in the toughest region in the state, other than Louisville, it hurts not to be there as a team.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I've been able to take individual girls down there, it really hurts not to be able to take the team down there.
Yeah, and Claire Beth and Elizabeth, I mean, it really is a true test of the best teams in the state and individuals, because everything, you don't get invited to this unless you get enough points through the season.
Yeah,
so
I agree. I think it's a really good representation of Kentucky and the girls golf for high school and boys.
And it's improved so much drastically in a very short period of time. When we only started it 3 years ago, the scores have come down, the quality of play, and everybody's jockeying for position to try to get in to play at Lexington.
Yeah. So the University Club of Kentucky up in Lexington, where the UK golf team plays all their matches, you guys ended up with a plus 50, just 2 shots behind Marshall County. It's the second place finish, is the highest finish in the 3 years of this event for you guys.
Correct.
Elizabeth, maybe talk about the difference between the two courses over there. You played Big Blue in the first round, and you play the Wildcat on the second day. What's the difference in the courses?
Well, Big Blue, it's like a lot of water, and so if you're not hitting it great, it's tough because there's a lot of trouble. And then Wildcat's more of just like quirky holes, and like you can mess up a little bit but not much off the tee. And I'd say Wildcat's tougher, but they both can be hard.
Yeah. Well, you guys, after the first round, were 2 shots behind Marshall County, and it kind of went back and forth all day, Claire Beth. I mean, it was you were in the lead for a while, then they came back, and it was obviously you two, and then Sacred Heart was 24 shots behind you guys. So it was pretty much you two teams the whole way.
Yeah, we were really close. I mean, I know me and Elizabeth personally feel like we individually even could have helped our team out just easily. 2 strokes was nothing, but it was something. But we were really close. I felt like both days even. Yeah. I think we have room for improvement though. So hopefully, state tournament, we'll get them there.
That's our ultimate destination, is at Bowling Green, and get to pair up against them again and see how they stack up against us.
Yeah, you had a 72 on Saturday, so you had to feel pretty good. Didn't quite do as well today, but still did, still shot at 77. That's not bad.
On Saturday, I shot 72, and I was happy with that score at the end of the day, but I wish I could have had a better finish on the first day. But I mean, I would have taken a 72 also today. But it is what it is. It was a good overall tournament. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, Elizabeth, I know you're a little disappointed, but you did go 78 and 77 and tied for 17th, so that's not too bad. I know you're disappointed, but obviously you expect a lot out of yourself. So
yeah, I was definitely expecting and hoping to do better, but I mean, after the first day, I was just kind of like reminding myself I need to grind it out for our team, because it did come down to a few strokes. So I knew that even if I was playing bad, every shot counted. So we just couldn't give up out there, and we had to grind it out all day.
I agree with that a lot. I made the turn today, and I just couldn't get off the bogey train. And I was like, my team, they need this. So we tried a lot.
We have such a strong team that everybody supports each other. So that's to our advantage, is the depth and how much they support each other.
Yeah, and it's amazing. We've talked about this with the boys team, and it's almost like a copycat, the same thing with you. You have a tremendous B team, which it's almost insulting to call them a B team because of how good they are, but they won a tournament yesterday or Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you had Clarkmore Middle School girls team advance to the state championship, so it's amazing the amount of female golf talent in this county right now.
Correct. So it's Caudle.
Caudle, okay, I'm sorry.
And they won.
One of those middle schools.
They finished second in their qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
So they get, and then the really neat thing is they are a all-girls team. They're not a combination team. They're an all-girls team. Yeah. So that bodes well for our future.
Yeah, and like I said, your B team with the 2 twins, and I mean, talk about those kids a little bit.
They've improved so much since the first of the year. Getting to play 7 and 8 to 10 tournaments
it has really helped their confidence grow. All the girls have dropped their scoring average, and it's really helped get them ready for the future.
Yeah, there are times when they post almost as good a scores as you guys do at some of those tournaments.
They're good.
They finish third or fourth or fifth in some of those tournaments. As you guys do.
You'll be doing a lot more interviews when they get our age.
Well, we'll be happy to bring them on when they come around to being on the varsity squad. So, all right. Well, like I said, just to talk a little bit about the state tournament coming up. I mean, is it?
Well, let's not get too
you
ahead.
have to win the region first. Yes.
Yeah. We've got the region on the 27th at Lakeside, and our biggest competition is is LCA again, and they have been steady all season long. So we look for them to show up pretty strong and ready to come after us.
Yeah, and like I said, they've gotten you in the past couple of years. They've gotten you a couple of times.
Yes. So fair bout's fair play.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, appreciate you guys coming over. I know we're literally fresh off the course. All of us are. We're all sweaty. We're all hot. But it was a great day, and obviously would have liked to have won it, but second place basically just 2 shots off. That shows that, and if these scores are any indication, then those will be the 2 teams in Bowling Green who'll probably be fighting it out for a state championship next month.
Let's hope so.
It's promising.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Didn't get first, but it was a good finish.
Yeah.
We put a pretty good scare in them.
Yeah.
Plus,
I agree with that.
That's going on a bulletin board somewhere.
Yeah.
They were also trying to help us win it too. They were sort of having some troubles, but just don't send this to Marshall County.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope they don't.
It goes on the internet, and everybody can see it everywhere. So everybody will know that.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's
It
right.
just heatens up the rivalry a little bit. That's okay. All right. Well, congratulations. And you got a couple more tournaments coming up before the region, or is it just this the last one?
This is pretty much it for us. We'll practice a little hard. The girls are going to take tomorrow supposedly off, but they're going to go to Lakeside and practice tomorrow. But get ready for region, and we'll get together during the week and put a little practice in and get ready for Monday.
All right. Well, we've already got a whole bunch of tournament titles on the season. We're actually trying to figure it up, and we couldn't even remember how many it was. We think it's 5, but it's a good thing when you can't remember how many titles you won. That means you won. That means you won a lot. So
we're a little behind the
boys. That was their 8th day.
Yeah, but that's not saying much. I mean,
it's 8
pretty
titles.
Much anybody I think would be behind them. They've had a great season.
Yes. So I mean, it's so great to have 2 programs being as strong as we are.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, absolutely. So
2 great coaches,
Yeah.
They help get the job done.
That is true. Well, thanks so much for coming over. Like I said, I know it's everybody's hot and sweaty and worn out and everything, but appreciate you coming by, and congratulations on all your success. And we'll be watching you the Lakeside and hopefully state tournament as well in Bowling Green.
Yes, I'd love to be there with all 5 of them.
All 5
Yes.
Yeah.
It's no fun with just 2 or 3.
Yeah. You got to stay in the hotel and have the whole atmosphere.
I like it when it's all 5 of us.
I agree. I do want to see all of us out there. It is more fun when we're playing for a team.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, we look forward to it. So.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with Coach Kyle Congleton and Clay Pendergrass.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by KYmedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
All right, welcome back, and we are joined again by Madison Central Golf Coach Kyle Congleton and Clay Pendergrass. Thanks for coming back on, guys. We appreciate you coming on, and obviously we have you back on because the tremendous performance today, first place finish at the Kentucky Golf Coaches Association All-State Championship up in Lexington, and it was a pretty good couple of days up there, huh, Kyle?
Yeah, awesome day, awesome weekend. Like I said, we just now rolling back into town from dinner and coming here, and obviously went out and celebrated the win. And, but yeah, overall, great 2 days. 2 years in a row we've won that tournament, and a lot of coaches will tell you, that's the biggest tournament of the year. And when you play high school golf and they base it off a point system, by far it is the best invitational of the year. So good to get the win, and that's what I just talked to the guys about. Just told them this morning, big time players step up in big time games, and I mean, down the stretch today, it was really fun, and I mean at times too. I mean it was emotional. I mean you're asking a lot out of these 15 to 17-year-old boys and hitting some shots that a lot of players just don't have in their bag. And but as far as good learning experience for us, and told them let's just use that as momentum and carry that on into. We got one more tournament Saturday and then into region next Tuesday. Yeah, and beating out St. X by 2 strokes, and it got a little hairy there at the end. But this young man hit some big shots last couple of holes. No doubt. I mean, that's a lot of times players and coach. I even as a coach, you say, it really doesn't matter what man you're playing. But when you're playing a tournament like that, and they do tee times, and as a coach, you want your best players coming in and finishing the tournament. And Clay knew where we were there on 16 today, par 5. I mean, hit a bomb drive. I mean, 50 yards past anybody I'd even seen there, and was the only person I saw out of 20-plus players hit over the water and onto the green, and then ended up rolling in a 60-footer. 60-foot eagle putt. So, that right there does show you. I mean, you do want your best players there in the end to finish it and wrap it up. I mean, we had a one-shot lead going into 18 with Clay, and who else would I want out there on the course other than him? I mean, so it worked out good. I mean, it's good for him to have the pressure on him, and obviously he showed me today he can handle it. And but not just him. I mean, it starts with Hayden Walsh, our 5-man, who got in early. I mean, finished with a 74, played phenomenal for 2 days. And then really, like I said, we used his score both days. But yeah, it was all around just a great 2 days and great learning experience, and we just got to use that momentum and keep going. Yeah, Clay, 72 and 66, tied for third, 6 under. Yes, sir. Did you kind of know, like Coach was saying, did you know kind of what the score was, the team scores were there? Were you checking the phone with the automatic scoring, or kind of what were?
Well, I keep up with it all the time, so okay. I knew what. We had a 6-shot lead at one point, and I think that was the most it got to down there, down the stretch. And then whatever everybody did, it got back to we were up 2 going into the last, or up 1 going into the last, and then I birdied to get it to 2. I think it was Warren bogeyed the 18th. Yeah. I mean, that happens. Yeah. But I told them, basically we were 3 under, like on hole 12 as a team, I think. And we finished the tournament at 3 under. And when a team, it don't matter, middle school, high school, college, pros, it doesn't matter. When you can finish down the stretch in a tournament like that and play even par as a team, that is getting it done. And then you got to give it. I mean, you got to give it to St. X, who me and Coach Davis. I mean, it was fun. I mean, he obviously was into it today. I was probably more into the tournament today than I've ever been as a coach, and just coaching and making sure these guys are good and thinking their shots through. But, I mean, St. X put up a flat-out battle. I mean, we played, and I'll flat-out say it. We shot 9 under today, and you can go back as far as you want. No Central team has ever shot 9 under in a tournament. We've shot 7 twice this year, 7 under twice in a tournament. But in a tournament like that, to shoot 9 under, and St. X figure out, I mean, they flat-out played their butts off today. And so big props to them. And then third place, I think we beat them by 21 shots. So with the top teams in the state there, I mean, we put on a show, and St. X put on a show too. And I mean, I'm proud of my guys. I told them that let's enjoy the win, and then let's get back to work tomorrow. But I think that's what was the most fun about it, like having somebody to battle with. Because if St. X wouldn't have played how they did, I mean, we would have just been up there by ourselves. I think. I mean, there really wasn't. And I think, it was good. We've had a lot of tournaments where we've won by 1 or 2 or snuck one out by 1. So we've been there before. We've had to have some. We've won some tournaments by having Gavin or Cooper birdie their last hole. So we've been there, and we knew what we had to do. I really didn't know it was as close as it really was today. But obviously, Clay, birdie 18 helped for sure. Knew we had secured it then. Yeah. So Clay goes 6 under, tied for third. It was Gavin 3 under, tied for eighth. Warren finished at 2 under. Hayden Walsh was 2 over, and Cooper played not his best round, but plus 12. And we got a chance to talk to all those guys after the tournament, and I couldn't get their names right, so they're getting kind of a little goofy here. So I'm trying to do post-game interview. I was kind of off my game a little bit there, but we had a little fun with it. And here's what these guys had to say after the big win today.
We are here at the University Club of Kentucky, where the Madison Central Indians have won their 2nd straight Kentucky Golf Coach Association State Championship. That's Gavin McCune, Warren Thomas, Cooper Everly, and Hayden Wash. Congratulations, guys. You guys came into after the first round on Saturday, you were down by a couple of strokes. So we'll start with Warren. Kind of what was the approach coming into today?
We had a lot of momentum. We all knew what we were capable of. Came in this morning ready to get the job done, and we did it.
And Cooper, you guys are very familiar with this course. A lot of the other Louisville teams and stuff haven't played here a lot, but you guys have.
Yes, sir. I never really realized how often we come up here, but after talking with some other people, we definitely have. This is almost like a home course. We play it really often when we have tournaments coming up, and I feel like playing here so often gives us a bit of an advantage in this tournament.
Yeah, and Gavin 9 under as a team today. I mean, that's unbelievable. Just talk about you can when you guys are out there. I know you do have the electronic scoring and stuff, but can you guys kind of sense what's going on with each other?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their attitude towards the round, and most of us had a good attitude today because we're playing well as a team.
Yeah, do you guys check the scoring a lot? I mean, you guys
I don't ever.
Don't ever? What about Warren? Anybody?
I check the scoring. Figure out what we need to do to get it done.
Okay, and you had a bogey there on 18, which made things a little bit closer. But Clay came along and had a birdie on 18 to finish things up there.
And also Clay came down the stretch and made about a 60-footer on 16 for eagle, and then threw it up and down out of the bunker on 17, and then made a birdie putt on 18. Really big, important finish by Clay.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Hayden, you've been a busy man this weekend. You were at the band competition on Saturday night, so you played golf here, then went to the band competition, came back. So what's kind of been fun for you?
Yeah, it's been an interesting weekend for sure. Just to get your mindset changed to completely different things throughout the weekend. But I mean, it's nice to come out here, play 2 pretty good rounds, and do what I could to help the team and get a win this weekend.
All right, congratulations, guys.
All right, well, so you guys, one more tournament before the region?
Yes, sir. Head to Lakeside Saturday. Again, it's the Golf Coaches Association puts it on. It's kind of a fundraiser for them, but it's a good field. Again, you'll have some of the Louisville's top teams. It is a strong field. I'm not sure who's all playing this year. Haven't seen that lineup. But yeah, we'll most likely just keep rolling with what we got and what we've been doing. And like I was telling you, some teams take off Saturdays, but we've played every Saturday since the season started. No reason to change anything up. Get some more momentum. Hopefully, heading into region on Tuesday, which is at Gibson Bay.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, like I said, back on region on your home course this year. The region last year was up at the University of Columbia, Kentucky, where you just were at today. So that's on your home turf.
Played it a little different today.
Than last year.
Different than the region. Yeah, that's true. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, congratulations. Like I said, I appreciate you guys coming by, and we're all. I mean, we literally just came from all of us just came from the course. We're so we appreciate you taking the time. I know you guys stopped to eat and everything everything. So we do appreciate it. Like I said, it's I try not to bug you guys too much, but we definitely want to let everybody know what your accomplishments are and everything. And you guys just keep doing it, man. 8 tournament wins on the season. Is that what it is?
That's
is it
8.
Yep, 8.
That's
8. Yep.
No, again,
that's crazy, man.
We appreciate everything you do, and again, I just last time I didn't get to say it, and this one, just to real quick. I mean, I want to thank just our community and our parents, our school board, our administration at Central, everybody. I mean, obviously it's been a great year, but without everybody in this community and like I said, especially at Central and the school board with the support they give us, we just wanted to give, and I know my guys as well, wanted to thank everybody that's been a part of this season, and hopefully we can keep it going into region next Tuesday.
Yeah, there were lots of people up there that not just parents and friends and
there was
all kinds of stuff.
I mean, there was, and that's, I think today kind of showed me that's kind of why I wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's more than, you got, Randy Neely, his daughter plays, but again, he's there watching us coming in. I mean, you've got other teachers and their daughters out there. I mean, it was really neat there today to have more than just our parents there supporting us. And again, anybody that we'd love to have everybody out Tuesday to watch us coming in at region as well. I mean, the more the merrier for us. And again, just we appreciate everybody that's been a part of the season so far.
Yeah, well, appreciate you coming back on short notice here, but. That means you've done something good if you're back, and we want to have you on again. We want to have you on again with another big trophy like this. So
we'll come back Tuesday night if you want.
Yeah, sure. and then state too. We'll just keep on going. We'll have you on every week as long as you keep doing well. So
we appreciate you guys.
It's a lot of fun. watching these guys.
Thank y'all for having us.
No problem at all. So that'll wrap it up for this week's Richmond Register Sports Show. We'll be back next week with new guests and a wrap up to the weekend sports. So check us out on our social media sites, Richmond R Sports.
on Twitter, Register Sports on Facebook, and richmondregister.com. Have a great week.
Do you want to sponsor the weekly Richmond Register Sports Show? Contact the Richmond Register, richmondregister.com, and of course on Facebook or Twitter. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by MetroNet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.